How did you find out what happened?
It's crazy. All throughout this quarantine and this off season, I started experiencing emotions I've never felt before. Anxiety for the main one. And then, honestly, a couple of days before my brother passed, I would say I started experiencing depression. Didn't know necessarily what I was going through, to say the least, and hadn't been sleeping at all.
Oh, I mean, I sure hope so, because mental health is a huge issue, and it's a real thing in our world right now, especially the world we live in, where everything is viral and everyone is a part of the media, I guess you can say, and be overcome with emotions or be overcome with the thoughts of other people and allow that to fill into their head when those things aren't necessarily true. Like being bullied or whatever it may be, all those things create emotions and can put thoughts in your head about yourself or about your situation in life that aren't true. So I mean, I think it's huge. I think it's huge to talk. I think it's huge to get help, and it saves lives. When you have thoughts that you've never had, I think that's more so than anything, the chance to realize it and recognize it and talk to my family, talk to the people around me simply as I did at the time. And some of them obviously had dealt with it before. I was able to have those conversations and then reach out further just to more people. And just, I think being open about it and not holding those feelings in was one of the better things for me. I'm a people's person. I'm somebody that likes to be around people, like to inspire, like to put a smile on people's faces day in and day out, and I like to lead. And when that's taken away from you, yeah, it's tough. As I explained, it creates new emotions that I've never felt before, but obviously dealt with, and I obviously got the help that I needed and was very open about it. But I'm very fortunate and blessed, and other people have it much more worse, but just to be transparent about it, that even in my situation, emotions and those type of things can't overcome you if you don't do something about it.
Tomorrow, a couple of football greats, including our very own Dak Prescott, going to be sharing some very personal stories of family tragedies. It's all in the name of mental health awareness.
Dak, how are you really doing?
Me, I'm doing well. I really am, truthfully, but it's all credit to the resources that I have. And first off, that's my family, that's my friends, that's my support system. To me, it starts there. That group of people has known me for a long time, and they know who I am. And I've always been transparent and vulnerable, so the moment that I'm not being that person I am, usually they tell me, or I can feel it because they're coming to visit more often or something of whatever it may be, right? So
there's also another element, and so I mean, you mentioned it, just being a man, mental health, the stigma, and then adding that to being a star for the two of you. It's a difficult way to compartmentalize. How do you manage that?
How important it is just really to be vulnerable, to express when you're not feeling okay and when you're not doing well. 2 weeks before my brother passed, I was actually dealing with depression and anxiety more than I had ever had or never really experienced it before. But
so 2 weeks before?
2 weeks before my brother had passed, and in the midst of COVID. COVID is what caused mine. First time, I'm a guy that likes to go, likes to see people, a people's person, and COVID for all of us, right? You weren't able to do that, and is important. At that time, I'd reached out to my brothers, sent a group message, my two brothers, and I said, I'm not doing well with this right now. Who knows when the world goes back to normal, how are y'all? And they both respond, doing okay. Jay says, he actually says a message that later on I had to pull from it, but he goes, at the time he says, this is normal for me. It'll be all good. So I just took that as, yeah, he doesn't have to see people. He's good, right? But vice versa. But now that I say looking back on it, what it was is I think my brother was telling me that it was normal that he's struggling. And he wasn't vulnerable enough to explain that to me for me or my brother or somebody else to get that help for him. So that's what that taught me to, as you said, how are you really doing? And what does that really mean?
13. Not going to keep it. Prescott breaks the tackle. Picks up a total of 9 more.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
Oh, you know, one of those you don't want to see twice. Look at the love for him.
It's not something small. entire career.
On the shelf for about 3 weeks before he started throwing on a pitch count, but ready to rip. We'll find out. They empty the backfield on his first play from scrimmage. Hangs in the pocket. And wide open. And the catch is made at the 29 by Amari Cooper. Pocket 4. Prescott rolling and looking and throwing. And the pass along the sideline caught.
45-yard seam routes on a dime, moving defenders, all the Tom Brady stuff. He looks really good.
Maybe the best cast of characters he's had. Meanwhile, here's Lamb on first down. C.D. Lamb, 3rd down and 8. Pressure. Hangs in, caught. So Jones with a towel on his head on the bench. He's been his fumble created with short drive. Low snap. Now Prescott throws. That's going to be caught in the end zone by Amari Cooper. Touchdown.